Good, good morning, students. Today I will teach you about different kinds of landforms. But before that, I would like to know or tell you about the landforms, different types, and formation of fold mountains. Okay, class, are you ready? Now, let me show you the different categories. First, let me start from the different categories of landforms. Now, landform has got other names also. One is physical feature, topography, or relief features. So, these three comprise the term landform. Or physical feature is same, or topography is same, or relief feature is same. Now, what is landform? Landform means whenever there is a structure on which is naturally created on the earth's crust, it is called as landform. Now, creation has got a lot of there are other forces also, endogenous force and exogenous force, which I will discuss it on a different class. Today I will only discuss about the basic level of what is landform and what are its types. So landforms has got three main types. So what are these three main types? One is mountain, two plateau, three plains. Now, mountain, plateaus, and plains. These are the basic three kinds of landforms that we get. Now, what are the different types of mountains? So, if we categorize mountains, then we get there are four types of mountains. Now, what are these four types of mountains? Number one is fold mountain. Two is volcanic mountain. Three, block mountain. Four, residual mountain. Fold mountains are again subdivided into old fold mountain and new fold mountain or young fold mountain. So landforms are of three types, that is mountain, plateaus and plains. Mountains are subdivided into fold mountain, block mountain, fold mountain, volcanic mountain, block mountain and residual mountain. And fold mountains are more subcategorized as old fold mountain and young fold mountain. Now let me give you a brief of all these mountains, how they are formed. Fold mountains, from the name is coming that they are formed out of folding. Today I will be discussing the formation of fold mountain in details. Volcanic mountain, from the name you can understand that this is created by the volcanoes and a mountain is formed. Block mountain is caused by faulting, that is weak lines, and the mountains are in blocks, squarish block kind of things. And residual mountain, from the name itself you can understand that it is a residue of some mountain, those who were initially very high and very rugged, has due to time has been eroded and it has become residue has been left. So these are all residual mountain. Now let's see how fold mountains are formed. Fold mountains, mainly if we see example Himalayas, that is in our India. These are young fold mountains. Though it is said as young fold mountains, it is around some 300 million years ago it has been formed. Or in other continents we also have mountains like Andes, Alps, Rockies. They are all examples of fold mountains. Now how these fold mountains are formed? Fold mountains, from the term you can understand that it is formed from folding. Now folding of what? Folding of kind of landform. So there were, before fold mountains were formed, there were two land masses. These are the two land masses present over there. Huge land masses, okay. And in between was a very shallow sea which is called geosyncline. So this is called sea, and this sea is termed as geosyncline. Now there are lot of sediments that come across from these lands. So all the river, rainwater and everything, they used to bring all the sediments and deposit here in the sea. So after some time what happens is that, or due to course of time, so this is the stage 1 of folded mountain formation. So after some time these landforms and this sea becomes shallow because they become more shallow. Why? Because sediments came into existence. All sediments were deposited here and the seawater was getting shallowed. After that, after this, the seawater gets completely dried up and what remains is the layer of sediments over here. So we can see there are layers of sediments. As this is formed from sediments and these layers are called stratas. Here we have got important terms like strata or stratification. So these layers are actually called strata and the process is called stratification. What are strata? Stratas are the layers of sediments. So these sediments are formed. Now there is also one important thing, as it is formed from the sea. There was a lot of sea animals over here also, like fishes and different kinds of marine animals. They all got stuck between these layers and ultimately due to course of time they all were pressed into these sediments, and as I said, these are sedimentary rocks formed, so they are soft kind of rocks. So as they got trapped between these two strata, they got stamped over there and these are called fossils. So it is very important that from sedimentary rock why we can get fossils. So now what happens is that due to movement of the earth and different pressures, so the next level, there are sediments and layers over here. Now what happened, there is push from both the side. So as there is push from both the side, what happens, these sediments are soft rocks, so they starts folding like this. So you can see the folds are like this, and also there is, so these are, and more they come closer to each other. So the next step is that the landforms are getting close to each other and causing these folds to be more like this. So there is, due to movement of the earth, continental drift theory, plate tectonic theory, these landforms come close to each other, and as the sediments are very soft in nature, they form these folds, and ultimately there is also a pressure from upward thrust from below, and ultimately they form these fold mountains, causing the huge great fold mountains to be there like the Himalayas. So ultimately it becomes mountains are like this. So thus the fold mountains are formed like this. So this is very basic thing, and so this is how fold mountains are formed. There are certain kind of features. So when we are coming to formation of fold mountains, we can see that there are different kinds of terms that we have come across. Now there is two terms called anticline and syncline. So anticlines are these top peak, and synclines are those which are on the structure or base of it. So from here we can get, so what are anticlines? Anticlines are those arc shaped, so those which are like this. So this top is, you can see or you can remember it in a easy way, that I fold, this is a shape of an A, so this above is called anticline, and those which are in the base, this is called syncline. So there are different features of a fold mountain. First, fold mountains are formed from sediments. So they are all sedimentary rocks. So features, if we see or discuss the features of fold mountains, it is sedimentary rocks, because sedimentary rocks, as they are made up of sedimentary rocks, there are strata or stratification. Strata means layers. Now what layer is there? There are alternative layer of hard rock and soft rock. Hard layered rock and soft rock. Alternative. 4. As it is sedimentary rock, fossils are very important in this type. Fossils take place here. They are into folds. They are formed from folds, so these mountains are, folds are there, and as it is formed from the sediments and folds, there is, last point is very important, that is they have ranges, means long mountainous ranges. They are lofty mountains, and they have got a huge height, and lofty mountains, you can understand this, by Himalayas or Alps or Andes or Rockies, they are all fold mountains, and how lofty they are. So they are actually, uh, they can stand foreign invasion, and so this is the importance of fold mountains, and this is how fold mountains are formed. There is one very simple thing from fold mountains in at home. You can also give with see this thing with a handkerchief. So whenever you are keeping a handkerchief and you are pressing it from both the sides, you will see folds are occurring. Or you can take a very thin paper, and if you see that if you give pressure from both the sides, you will see some folds are occurring. So now this is a very common experiment that you can see. Like this is a piece of cloth. So now if we give pressure from both the side, you can see this is crumbling. So or this is coming up into, see this is, if this is a piece of cloth and we are giving pressure from both the sides, so they are actually giving some folds. So this same logic happens when two land masses from both the sides give and there is a soft portion, they turn into fold, and due to course of time this folds becomes lofty, and when there is a pressure given from below or from the earth's crust, they rise like lofty mountains. So this is the basic of fold mountains. So student, this much for today. I will be coming with another topic, and till then, goodbye, have a good day.